Morning, good morning. It is 2:46 a.m. I am on my way to the gym right now. I was literally, this thought came to me, and my dad popped up in my mind, and I started thinking about I did a video yesterday, and I thought the video was pretty good. It kind of time marked my day and what I did, and I noticed, and I posted it on social media, and I noticed nobody liked it. There was like one person that liked it, and I don't do it for that reason. If there's one person that likes it, like that's enough for me. Because I remember that time I was sitting in that kitchen cafeteria as a juvenile, and that preacher came in there, and I don't know how many people he touched that day, but I know that he touched me, and one was enough because it changed my life. So one is always enough. But I was sitting there thinking, I was like, do people are they indifferent to consistency? Are they indifferent to that kind of lifestyle? It's kind of like, oh man, he's doing the same thing. Whether you know it or not, it's hard to be consistent. So I got to thinking. I said, probably so. I said, because some people can't even be consistent with showing up to church. And I know I remember talking to my dad, and always, if we'd say, hey, go to church, he was like, I know God, I don't need to go to church. Or he might not say I don't need to go to church. But the emphasis, when it was like, hey, why don't you go to church with us, was kind of like, I could take it or leave it. But people put an urgency on going to work, but no urgency on going to church. And trust me, if you looked in my history, I am the last person you would have thought would be talking about church. The last. So that says something in itself. That's a testimony in itself. And then I started thinking, man, it's, God has done a lot of really good things in my life. And being at church, and there's not too many times when the church doors are open that I don't show up. Obviously, not above and beyond making sure that my family is okay, because I can praise and worship God all the time, but being there does something for my soul. And I don't just get energized off of the word. It actually does something to my soul. I don't go in there like a junkie waiting on a fix and then come out, forget everything that was just said, and start living my same life. No, it takes an effect on me. It changes me. And I look at other people, I say, don't you want that same feeling? Well, I don't need church. Why we gotta go to church? God is everywhere. God is here. Okay. You go to church for the same reason you go to work, because you want to get paid. Except God doesn't give you a monetary payment. He gives you a spiritual payment. And He allows you to gather in the assembly of other people who believe, think, trust as you do. It reinforces it. There's a big old slogan inside of our office that I created that the owners were humble enough or gracious enough to put up, that I said, and it said, your environment and the people that you're around strong indicators of you and your strength. Then I said, okay, well, you don't want to go to church. I said, but what if I say, hey, I got $1 million over here. All you have to do is come and pick it up. How fast would you move for that? I think it's absolutely amazing how people will make moves for money but the most prosperous thing in the world, heaven or earth, most people won't make a move towards. And I can go into all the goodness of why, God, why. Trust me, if you check my background, nothing would indicate that I would be having this kind of conversation, which is a testament to the power that God has, that if money makes you move and God doesn't, there's a pretty big disconnect. And there's probably a good chance that you need to reevaluate your priorities. Fact.